Alright, though. We pick up in Ernalis's court-provided studio apartment. You guys see at the center of this ritual, of this ritual circle, which Zecca was just booted from by Milosh. This very can you guys see it on your screens?
The
Oh my
Milosh?
god.
Yeah, the weird motherfucker.
Guys, we don't have to...
Milosh question mark.
What was that?
How tall is Milosh question mark?
About 3 feet tall.
Okay.
Bigger than I
Why
expected.
is he wearing a corset?
Why the fuck do you think? It's fashionable.
You'd have to ask them.
Yeah,
Oh.
hey, why don't you ask? Anyway, Zecca, first on deck. You see this thing just kind of with its weird like silver-looking eyes, just kind of look around at the whole group and then just kind of start staring at Zecca.
Didn't it say something? It was like, I'm sorry we have to meet like this or something?
It was something to that effect. I think the wording was didn't plan for you to find out this way, something like that.
Yeah. Bless you.
Thank you. Okay. So we're in it? It's happening?
Yes, sir. I have my notes now. My fuck.
Morag grabs his sword from his back and unsheaths it just a little bit so he can quick draw it.
You see this creature kind of begins to, as you seeing that, immediately begins to back away, but then it seems like hits an immediate, like, invisible wall. Like, as it reaches the edge of the, circle around it.
Whoa!
Go ahead, Zecca, and make a Arcana check for me.
Hang on, I forgot to pull up my fucking character sheet. 1 second.
You're good. Mark, you can make one as well, but actually just make one as well. Arcana.
Arcana, you said?
Yes, for both of you.
Just normal.
Yeah, just straight Arcana.
It's not bad. 14.
Second. Forgot to grab my dice.
Ooh, nat 20.
Okay.
God damn. And that was the first roll.
Oh. You're on dark mode.
Yeah. Zecca, you're kind of caught off guard by this whole situation quite reasonably. So you're like just kind of fixated on what the fuck. Morik, as you kind of pull your blade out, it obviously is taking a note from you and it backs away into it and it just kind of collides and you're like, what the fuck? And you look down at the runes. Wherever this invisible wall begins, it is right along the edge of that circle that Ernal carved. So you think whatever it is that's keeping him there is this ritual. I don't know if Eric knows what the spell magic circle is, but Morak certainly does.
Morag definitely does.
If you want to pull it up, you're allowed to. Go ahead. If you don't want to, it's basically keeping him there.
I kind of guessed that one. I'll continue eating peanuts instead of reading.
Got it.
Morag makes this known to the group.
Got it.
Wait, sorry, you cut out for a second there.
It's a magic circle.
Morag.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's a magic circle.
I can cast that spell, David, so I feel like I would like.
What's going on?
Recognize that.
No.
So,
You
which
were
is
caught
that?
off guard by the immediate situation, but Morak informs the group thusly anyway.
Okay.
And Ode is confused as to why we care that it's a magic circle, and I asked Ernalus what it was. What is that?
You just see Ernalus just gesturing.
Ode looks to Zecca. Zecca, do you know what this is? I'm just doing British. I don't even know. It's been a while ago.
What the heck? Boy, governor!
What's this then? What's all this then?
Mary, God bless us, everyone.
Peter, what's this here?
Well, Morak just said that it's a magic circle.
No, I mean the creature.
I just talking about whatever meal.
Yeah. Milosh, everyone's favorite. He starts doing finger guns.
Can I do some sort of check to figure out what he is?
I suppose that would be.
Would it be nature? Would it be? Well, if he's from a different plane, that might be Arcana.
Hold on, let me pull up a character sheet. I forget what all the different checks are.
Arcana is like different planes of existence and like different creatures in addition to the other stuff. But if he's
Fear the
Fey, you
negotiation.
could make an argument for nature, huh?
Arcana check.
I'm gonna
Is
call
that
it nature.
All right, I'm less good at those. 13. Artuk.
It's a strange looking creature. But
And is it talking to us with its mouth or telepathically?
Ode, there you go. There's some bonus points because you guys suddenly realize you're just hearing it, and if you look closely, this thing has no mouth on it to speak of. If you actually zoom in on it, it is just a sheer. There is not even an impression there, which means it did just say. In your guys' minds, you heard Milosh, and then.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it is. It's a. Hey, Milosh, what are you? Friend? You're still like my best friend, right? Like, or one of them.
We're buddies. This is gonna be alright. He's fucking speaking telepathically, and just to the wider group, just for that. Of course, we're buddies. So, what is the best way to phrase this?
Seems like you had some time to think about it, and you didn't really.
He looks at Ode directly. I cannot tell you how many times I've tried to come up with an answer to this. It does not look good no matter what. Ode.
Oh god, are you evil?
What? No. Oh, just because I'm a Fae, I'm supposed to be evil.
You just said no matter what way you phrase it, it's bad.
Well, that's because it isn't. Good. Hi. My name is Milosh. Zecca, you've known me for a while, but you've not known me like this. I am... Oh... I guess you could call me a shifter, shape changer, something of a doppelganger.
A doppelganger?
Yes, well, and you see he just kind of traces like almost like a smiley face over his mouth, and you see like a physical mouth actually like appear. Form is very fluid for us Fae, myself in particular, and then he just kind of peels it off like out of a cartoon and just puts it and just kind of slaps it on his arm. And
that was cool.
Raises it up, and you just see it like begins to talk out of there. I've been this. Yeah, it does not look pleasant.
Wait,
Morak with the only reasonable response.
Wait, so were you always, like, even when you were the black sheep back at the farm?
So you see why it's not a great look for me. Yes, so I've always been this way, Zecca. At least some version of this. This is not good. Not good at all. So as a long story short, my job has been to keep an eye on you, and I have not been doing a good job.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, you've been around him. This when we've changed.
Yeah, like all the time.
He winks.
Wait.
No, this isn't okay. You can't just make a joke about this.
Wait, so
we can move on.
So hang on, Milo. So why were you keeping an eye on? Okay, I feel like it makes sense that after I got transformed and I became touched by Fae, which that sounds weird now.
Yeah.
But
what did Analyst do to you?
All right, let's move on. So, even before that, were you watching me?
Yeah.
Why?
You weren't Fey touched after he did his thing. You were always Fey touched.
What?
Is it warm in here? Hey, would anyone like me to like to break this magic circle and just let me just step out and get some air real quick?
No.
Ew.
No? Okay, hold on. That's 2 votes for no. How about the rest of you?
I mean, yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
All right,
No.
that's 1 for yes. Ernest just shakes his head no.
Maybe, okay, to assuage the tension in the room, maybe you could explain yourself and then we'll let you out. How's that sound?
1 moment. Let me pull up the relevant note in my little notebook. Hold
I
on.
think we could just have a bit of an exposition dump, actually. I think that would do us all some good.
Yeah, here, let's all sit down. You can explain what happened, and we'll.
We'll do crisscross applesauce, except
Anyone need
Zecca,
tea?
obviously,
Tea.
for physical limitations.
I'll take
Yeah.
some tea.
Milosh goes to reach for it. His hand hits the wall. Bullshit. Zecca. This is gonna get me in so much trouble. You've always been Fey touched because you've always had a little bit of Fey in you from the day you were born, and all of this wasn't supposed to happen. Let me start at the beginning. Has anyone had the talk with you, Zecca? Anyone?
I don't think so.
What?
Okay.
Well,
Really
looks
not
at like
even-
all the men in the room. I just assumed someone handled that.
You know, it never really came up. I'll be honest. I didn't think while we were being chased down by demons and gods, like, oh, I should teach Zecca about the birds and the killer bees.
Well, Zecca,
But the Fey birds and the killer
The-
bees.
The favorite. The griffins and the bees.
And the gargoyles.
when your mother and a Fae love each other on a one-sided relationship very much, then suddenly we get what's called a Zecca.
Are
Zec-
you Zecca's dad?
You're Zecca's
No. Whoa. No, I work for him, kind of.
What? Wait.
Out.
But wait, so like, you work for my dad? Like, I don't like him very much.
No. Your real dad. Your real one. The one
What?
the one that abandoned you, not the one that abused you.
Abandoned what?
This
I don't know which one was.
Well, one
The
hired a mirror to look after him.
So
So they kind of like half abandoned me, I guess.
Yeah.
like when you were born, your mother had a choice. She could either come into the Feywild forever and live with your father, or leave with you forever. I think the exact words your mother used were, "The Feywild is not a great place to raise a child." Owing a lot to the amount of strange deals, magics, things like that.
Dark death and destruction over in the Feywild.
The general presence of Fae.
I feel like
they also like to kidnap
I believe
babies.
She
That's like a big
described just about it as it's a world populated by toddlers given the power of God. Essentially, id given rule of the place. But yes. So your mother left, and your father, my boss, altered her memory so that she wouldn't remember him, and, well, having a half satyr, half human running around isn't exactly the most easy thing for
Mm-hmm.
Game Mother. So he put a bit of a charm, no, bind on you to just kind of let that human half take over. And
Wait a
things
minute.
were going really, really well. Had no idea of it at all, and yet, and he just turns very mechanically over to Ernest, and somehow you found the one wizard within miles that would do anything to mess with the fabric of reality.
Yeah, Zecca, why didn't you befriend the necromancer wizard or the alchemist that lived west of you?
Yeah.
Or
Wait.
the
Hang.
illusionist that lived just to the south? Come on!
How about just don't befriend the strange wizard in the woods? Or even as a point beyond that, Zecca, it would have been really great if, having befriended him, you didn't then get entangled in one of his weird spells and fuck with the sea. And you see him just start going on a rant, and you see him start pulling at his hair.
Wait. So why didn't you like? Why didn't you like transform out during the ceremony and explain everything to Ernest and me?
I didn't think he would take it well that a Fae has just been keeping an eye on you for 14 years or so? Furthermore, he was a bit busy getting chased by a mob, and you were unconscious and looking like yourself right now. Now, luckily, I had the
I'm
foresight to look like a sheep at the time, and you see just un a look of just pride beaming off his face. And I realized that if I just made myself look like a wisp and let your mind connect a few dots between there, you would think sheep.
Wait a minute.
Easy.
Ode
Are you
leans over to
telling
Morak.
me? Am I actually half goat?
Half satyr, but
Fuck. I'm the asshole now. I've been correcting so many people saying I'm fucking half sheep, but I've been fucking half satyr this whole time. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's fine. Because, we can now that we're here, we can get you back to looking like a human. And I can make sure my boss does not get on my ass for letting this
Well,
go this
wait, hold on.
When Zecca said, "Why didn't you transform back?" a second ago, Ode leans over to Morak and Artuk and kind of loudly whispers, "He definitely got too lazy as a sheep, huh?"
inspiration.
Okay, hang on. So you're telling me that my true form is this?
Mostly. There's still little bits of you that are sealed back by magic that have been sort of breaking through as your true Fey nature tries to manifest. You might notice, well, he looks at Morak and looks back at you. It's it's a little odd how well you've picked up magic, huh? Like, you did study for a bit, but, it's most people don't just pick it up that fast. Like, looks over at gestures at Byron. He had to make a deal with a primordial god. Gestures to Artuk. He had to be cursed to rot. Gestures to Morik. He's studying.
He read a lot of books.
So, yes. So that is a bit
He's
of
still really bad at it.
You see Morax like whole world just be like, I was reading the whole time.
Okay,
My
well,
theories were correct.
can I meet my dad? I kind of want to meet him now, because my dad's an asshole.
Wait, no. One thing first. Milosh. Is
Yes.
that your name?
My true Fey name is Can't Bless Miloshan Saventsaba.
Oh wow, that's pretty. It's
I
pretty
didn't
lucky
hear.
that Milosh was in there, wasn't it?
He's
I
communicating this
abbreviated it on
telepathically right
purpose.
now.
I'm sorry,
Ooh, that's
Milosh.
cool. Second
I'm not
question.
repeating
Hey,
it.
hey, can we talk one at a time, please?
Milosh, just for curiosity's sake, when Ernest was deciding to do an experiment, you just went along and were like,
I don't. I
He got really lazy as a sheep. Don't make him say it twice.
okay.
also
If I was fed like grass and pets for years and years, I'm like, I wouldn't mess with that situation.
okay. I
Well,
also
didn't you sedate Milosh first so that he wouldn't feel any pain or get scared?
Milosh just got drunk. Unrelated.
I do want to I was just gonna slip out of that at the last
Dad,
minute
Zecca's
and
dad
let it be-
assumed-
and just turn into a different sheep. So
Wait, can I jump in?
yes.
Zecca's dad always was mad at Zecca because he assumed that his 10-year-old son was stealing his liquor, but actually it was Milosh sneaking in to steal the liquor.
Oh wow.
Canon now, that's absolutely canon.
Holy shit.
I like to get drunk off the top.
One sec.
Super fair,
While
though.
you guys formulate your
Super
next question, I need to look at my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Sorry. I
Okay.
didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you're good. That was fucking hilarious.
Well, shit. So,
Zecca, how do you feel?
I mean, my whole fucking quest up until this point was to turn back into a human, but it turns out I'm not that.
No, we can still do that. We can get that done. So just in case your real father checks in, I'm not in trouble. We can get that done 100%.
Well, I think I'm pivoting now, and I kind of want to meet my dad.
Wait, no, Zecca, please. I will be in so much trouble.
But you can't just tell me I have a dad.
Is
And
that
then
in
I-
or out of character?
Zecca, please, no. I will get in so much trouble. Hold on. Oh my god, give me a second to bring it back in.
Is real David stressed over the fact that I want to meet my
no,
dad?
That's fine. Pivot however you want. That's fine.
Well, I'm sorry,
check.
Milosh, but I'll put in a good word for you. Like, you still protected me many times. I've cast so many spells through you. Wait, was I not actually casting the spells? Were you just casting those spells?
No, that's all you. Again, you're kind of Fey nature, kind of mixed with your faith. No, that's... Listen.
Wait, okay, hang on. How close am I to my dad in power?
You don't want to know the answer, man.
Oh, because I'm like way stronger than him.
Yeah, man.
David, does an 18 insight tell us if Milosh actually doesn't want Zecca to be his dad because Milosh will be in trouble, or if you don't want Wilson's dad because that would be a whole side quest?
An 18 insight will tell you that David, totally fine with that pivot. Milosh, horrified at the idea. Milosh is horrified at the idea of having to having the fucking Piper come home for this.
Ode will jump in and she'll say, well, if Zecca wants to meet his dad, then Milosh, I don't really care about whether you did a poor job or not. It should be up to Zecca.
You don't understand. All Fae and are basically sociopaths. I don't stand a chance. Look at him.
So
He
Zecca.
just picked Zecca. Think about how he has acted since he has gotten these magical powers. That's just the Fae breaking through. I basically have to go with an accelerated version of that.
Wait, hang on. Is this why, like, my whole life is just making way more sense now? Because, like, I really, like, killing people's never really bothered me that much, and it sounds like that's pretty chill with the Fae.
He looks directly at Ode and Morak. You please do not turn me into his dad.
Well, listen, what if you just, I don't know, you can transform, turn into a fucking ant, and then I'll just say you died. and then you can just hide in my pocket while I meet my dad. How can I meet my dad? I want to meet my dad.
I also want Zecca to meet your dad.
I want to meet your dad too.
Because, like, okay, I don't know if you've been paying attention, right? Like, we're trying to, like, kill the fucking brain people who are going to kill everyone. And the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna go to their homeworld, and this guy right here, and I point at Artuk, but I don't realize how close he is, so I accidentally stab him in the side. And, oh, sorry, Artuk. This guy right here has the blight, and then we have another friend that for some reason people don't want hanging around, so we kind of like shunted her off to Morak's mom.
Why the hell did she have to say Fey Touch? Why would she give you the fucking tip off? Everything was going so smooth before this.
Well, all I'm saying is, like, we gotta go to them and impart the bloom and blight on them. So my dad's like a super powerful Fey, dude. He could probably help with that, right? Listen, I realize you might get in trouble, but I think that this, like, takes precedence, you know what I mean?
Zecca, if you want to meet your dad, you're allowed to meet your dad, or at least ask him if he wants to meet you. You know, like, just because you want to meet him, you don't need an excuse, like, to save the world or anything.
Thank you, Ode. I appreciate that. I'm my own keeper. I can do whatever I want. Hang on. I'm curious about something.
If they are on a different plane than you, 5% chance it doesn't arrive.
Okay,
Also,
that's not even that bad.
Definition of who are you familiar with your dad?
Definitely not. Hey, Milosh, what's my dad's name?
Absolutely not.
Please.
Well, no,
I
his
mean-
name. Oh, wait, no.
If
That would have been a good Fey joke if his name is absolutely not.
Might as well try that. Fair.
if
I
y'all
mean,
want
it's
me to,
possible. They all Fey.
if y'all want me to, I could make sure that Milosh gets you to talk to your dad despite his wishes.
Oh,
Keep
how so?
that thing away from me, or so help me.
Are you gonna tickle him?
In a mystical sense.
What?
If it would have to be with the consent of everyone here but him, because obviously this is against his consent. But I could just make him bring us there if you want me to.
What?
We keep talking it out a little bit more.
How would you do? How would you do this? I'm open to it.
If there's a way that isn't against his wishes, I'd prefer that. But obviously my allegiances are going to be to you first, always, Zecca. So if it's what you want, I don't care about Milosh nearly as much as I care about your wishes here.
Well,
Hey, we've had some good moments, you and I. I've floated around near you. Not long, admittedly, but come on.
well, I mean, Milosh, like, you have, like, been there for me, so it's not like I don't. I trust you as a person, but also, like, I mean, it's my fucking dad, man. I gotta meet my dad. I grew up with such a shitty dad and such a wonderful mom. And if you're telling me that there's a father who is more erratic and chaotic than I am and has more powerful spells.
He made your mother forget he existed.
Yes, and that's the kind of chaotic shit I need in my life. I want to meet him.
Milosh, okay, so putting aside your concerns for yourself, please, just help us think through what is the risk to Zecca? Is there a risk of him meeting his dad that his dad would like become upset?
At
I don't
me?
know. Okay, but with Zecca.
Oh, well. Damn it, you made me set aside my concerns for myself. He physically moves a part of his arm away. Okay. I mean, Zecca, I gotta be honest. You're just gonna be disappointed.
Oh, is he shitty too?
He's the kind of guy who gives his wife an ultimatum, and then when she doesn't go with him on it, he does wipe her memory that he ever existed.
Yeah, it's not great.
Just throwing that out there. But again, let me just say, we can go back, get you your legs back. We can work on some sort of ritual. You've got all of Cathartis here. You've got presumably resources somewhere. I don't know this city very well. You've got a wizard with a spider arm that caused this in the first place. Sure, he's can help. We can do this. We can just go back, and then we can act like nothing ever happened.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I'm taking that as a yes.
As he's saying that, and I'm saying I'm drawing the circle out for divination.
That's funny.
I ritually cast divination, David.
Okay. Around the time you do that, actually, probably a minute or so before, you actually see, like, erupting from the magic circle, like, ethereal, these, like, kind of green-colored chains, like, shoot up from it and wrap around Milosh's arms and legs right before, as you see, Ernilus, quietly in the background, has been casting planar binding so this fucker doesn't get away.
That's
Oh,
what I was
hell
gonna
yeah.
do.
Oh, hell yeah!
And you see Ernilus stand up for just a moment.
Mhm.
Zecca,
Yes.
I'm not going to pretend that I am wholly innocent in this. In fact, I'm clearly a very large cause of this whole situation. However, whatever you want to do, if it's meet your father, go back to your legs, I will help you in any way that I can. And I'm not letting this little wispy motherfucker just skedaddle out of here until you specifically say he can leave. He kind of just like lowers himself for a minute. Zecca, I am sorry for the role I played in this. And I want you to hear my promise that until you are at whatever state you want to be, I will do everything I can to help you. And
Well,
I
yeah,
am
go ahead.
sorry. And this motherfucker stays until you say he can go.
Well, I mean, the way I see it, Ernilus, you're in the clear. I mean, I thought you did this to me, but all you did was just like reverse the charm that my dad put on me that would have led me to never meeting him. So if anything, like I think you're great. Like I forgive you for what you did. Like you fucking like I realized that you didn't know what was gonna happen, and like in retrospect, like it, it anything could have happened, but like fuck it, like you if anything, you've helped me.
Before we just go down this road, he turns to he turns to Ode, Artuk, and Morg and says, I'm still owning my part of the responsibility. His forgiveness. And he's like looking at you guys, and it's like very clear saying like, I'm not in the clear yet. I understand that, even if he's giving me okay.
I think I can speak for Artuk and Morak when I say Ode gives him a look that says 0% off the hook.
Yep.
He gives him- he
And
gives him-
100% off the hook, buddy.
Morag knowingly agrees with Ode's look.
Okay, yes, I want to meet my dad. I've just had my whole life thrown into question, and I don't know what I want anymore, because now I'm realizing that having toes would be against my nature, and like, I kind of don't know what I want anymore, except that I want to meet my fucking dad, because that piece of shit has some explaining to do. And I finished...
Tabaxi don't really meet their dads. Do we have multiple dads? Tabaxi?
I think Tabaxi traditionally and canonically all have 8 dads.
8 dads. Well, I've never met any of my dads.
Do you have sisters and brothers?
No.
It's like it doesn't even make sense that you would have 8 dads.
I think no one came out at the time either.
It's
The
like a
family
reverse-
tree would just be a triangle that leads down to fucking Ode.
No, what you don't understand is about Taxi. They're ultra fertile. If they ever get pregnant, they have like 400 kids.
Well,
It
cats
balances
can
out
have
to 8 dads
litters
per
that
kid.
have multiple dads. But it's like one cat can't have multiple dads.
I kind of like that, though.
No, they all have
Your
multiple.
mom has like
Bushka loves Carson, speaking of sweet cats.
that's
very
unless
sweet.
you have one kid.
Okay,
Oh, he's a sweet kitty.
Your mom has brother husbands. Is what you're trying to say.
Well,
Is that your
anyway,
snowboard
but
over the
if
window?
it would be important for you to meet your dad, like we're certainly all here for that.
I finished casting divination. I say yes. Well, I appreciate that, Ode. I appreciate that, Ernulus, and I really appreciate the support that you guys are giving me. I'm gonna see if Miss Stara has anything to say about this.
Okay. Could
I
you
finished
roll
casting divination.
Sarah is Milosh.
Okay. I expend 25 gold worth of incense.
You don't need it now that Milosh is outed to be a fucking sick son of a bitch. Okay.
And
That's
I'm
your
going.
single question.
My single question will be, what is my dad's name?
Ooh, very good.
1 second. I need to look it up. It's a long, overly complicated Fey word, so I need to figure out how I pronounce it.
Supercalifragilistic.
Oh. Eric with an A.
Because with an E is here.
1 second. Okay.
This is cool. This is exciting. I like that we're just abandoning wedding plotline, traveling to the Feywild.
Y'all ain't getting out of shit. Don't you dare. You will drag him to the wedding before you get out of this wedding.
I just opened a beer and Rocket is sitting next to me like, could I have some, please?
I
found the right page. Okay.
was gonna stall.
Your dad's name, and I'll put this in the chat, is Kalmet Zor Katel, because it's its dumb Fey name. I will put that in the chat for your clarity later. Actually, I'll do it now because I have it here.
Kalmet Zor Dekel. Dude, I love a show with Keenan.
You're a son of a bitch.
Okay, I feel like I should put that on my fucking character sheet. Dad. That. Alright. Okay.
Zorkatel.
Well, I have his name now.
Yeah.
Milosh. If you have anything you want, I'm sending a message. Milosh, listen to me, okay? I am sending a message to my father. And I know you didn't want me to do that, but out of respect for how you've protected me over the years, and because I still consider you a very close friend, I want you to tell me if there's anything you want to say. 5 words or less, ideally.
Do we maybe?
Man.
All right.
Okay, hear me out. Do we want to find a way to get Milosh off the hook? So, like, we could say, you know, hey, I was
hold on,
talking
this
to
guy.
Miss Sora, and I was like, hey, where's my dad at? I want to check on him. And Miss Sora went, the Feywild. And I went, what? So I was able to piece it together, you know.
Oh,
that,
wait, I like that.
Yeah. That way, it's like, oh, I figured out that you're my dad through Miss Sora. That way, Miss Sora's on the hook and Milosh is off.
Oh, that's a good
You
idea.
hear in your mind, only you hear this of, if this works, I owe you big.
All right, I like this plan. I'm gonna fucking do that.
Well, let's do it in full here. How did his legs get back to normal then? The weave breaking did it?
That would have been before this.
Yeah,
Yes.
we broke
True.
13 years ago.
Yeah, I suppose that wouldn't really make. I mean, but Fey people time's weird for it, right?
I don't think that's how birth works, though.
Oh, Fey people have like no concept of time.
Oh.
Yeah,
You know how we've been traveling for 6 months and it feels like 4 years?
I have.
Well,
Milosh.
what if
These
we
are
just
all Fae.
I specifically am intimately familiar with Fae from growing up where I did, and frankly speaking, you can tell them anything happened whenever, and they'll be like, "Oh, does that mean that you're related to that person from the ancient who lived in those ancient ruins? You're like his son, right? He came before you. This is about right."
You guys get a
Time-wise.
flashback to Ashira, now not strictly a Fae, asking, "Oh yes, the elves that rule Cathartus. Been thousands of years."
I mostly know Faye from the play Midsommar, but it's pretty.
I know them from the play Peter Pan.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty indicative.
Yeah.
You see Milosh ever so slightly try to nudge more on his own dominant side, like, that's the one, that's the one.
Okay, I vote. Here's the story, right? Same story. Ernalus transformed me, and Milosh, you just never revealed yourself. Let's just say that. And then I divinated to check in on my dad, and I heard the name that was not my dad. And then I talked to Archfey Bloomwalker, and she said, "Yeah, your dad's a Fey, or you're Fey touched, which means you have Fey blood." And so, after I got his name, I decided to contact him. That's the story. So Milosh, you're off the hook.
We'll stick to it when we meet him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm sending a message. Fuck it. I send a message to Kalmat Zorkatel and his brother Keenan Matt Zorkatel. Hey, Dad.
Yo.
If that is your real name. No, I'm joking. Hey, Dad. It's
Good guess again.
Zecca. I divinated to my god, and she said that you are my dad. Not the asshole
Is that it?
You have five
who
more.
fake dad. Meet you?
Fire away.
Alright.
Cool fun.
So now I have to roll a D100 to see if it delivers.
I mean,
You see Milosh have a sigh of relief of, thank God he's an idiot.
you know what? Hold
We're
on.
never gonna meet.
Well,
We're never gonna meet Cal.
I'm gonna roll that.
Oh, okay. So if it's a 5 or lower, it doesn't work.
I mean, I'm gonna
My,
roll a d20 instead.
My brother's under the
So if it's a
impression
1,
if
it doesn't work.
flaw on your character sheet, it should be something that's like gonna drive you towards something that's bad for you, or like ultimately be the cause of your death. Where Zecca's flaw is absolutely 100% bad at sending messages, and it's the best flaw.
Mm-hmm.
0% chance it was a 1.
Y'all.
No fucking way.
Really?
I'm
Are you
gonna send-
fucking serious?
I'll send it on Snap. Wow, this die does not look good with that. Okay.
Alright. I wait a bit.
It's fucking
Wait a
funny.
bit. Maybe we could workshop what you're going to say in the time that we're waiting to cast the spell again.
What are you sending it to?
I sent it to Snapchat. Yeah, straight up a 1.
Alright. Seeing as he's not replying, I send another message.
Turns out
Because
you actually
Alright,
said that.
asshole.
I don't know that it does.
One.
I assume that it delivered and he's ignoring me.
Will, you
I
can
say-
roll the d20 this time, because that was so fucking worth it.
I say, alright, asshole. You
Alright, one word.
fucking ignore me for 14 years, and then when I send you a message, you don't say shit? Alright, Calmet Zorkatel, if I sent another message. That is your real name.
I hope so strongly that the first message he rolls a 1, and so Calvin can tell just with no context get that is your real name.
Let's see what the first one is.
Do you know how much psychological damage you could do to someone if they just got a message that said if real?
Holy shit, that second one was
Barely.
barely. Okay, so if that is your real name, I just want to meet my fucking dad, and you left me with an asshole who made me herd sheep. And that's the end of the message.
Let's roll one last d20. See whether the third one got.
I
through.
rolled 2, and they're both below, or they're both good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's 12 and 2.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
That's so
Okay.
funny.
You're like,
You
why
send
the
those
fuck is
over-
he coming at me so hot?
Okay. You sent those thusly. You guys are all stood in Ernalis's and Joro's one bed, or no, it's a studio apartment. You don't get a response.
Honestly, I appreciate David's queer representation in the campaign.
That's canon.
Yep, it's canon now.
Studio apartment of 2 adult men sharing a bed, and we were like, oh, 2 together.
just 2 rows.
It's like the Greek
rows
myth.
in a tough
Good
situation.
friends. Oh yeah, Achilles and Patroclus. Those good buddies.
Those good friends.
They only have 1 bed and 1 toothbrush. It's weird.
But yeah, you guys are there. Milosh is still bound as he's one to do. Joro is currently on the porch smoking out of a fancy purple hookah, and Ernalis is. What are you guys up to? I can describe this all day. You see, the fridge magnets have been arranged into a smiley face, and then a second one that's slightly off from the fridge. No.
I gotta wonder, Ernest, where the heck did you get the gem to be able to cast that shit? That's impressive and expensive. That's the only reason I didn't.
That would be. He just. Hold on. If I'm being honest, I carry a few tools with me in a few different areas. I was not planning on using it today, if I'm being honest, but this seems like a worthy use.
You know, for the time being, Milosh will do anything you say. Milosh? Post Milosh?
Milosh.
Oh, that is true, actually.
We currently have Milosh, and then once he leaves the game, it'll be the timestamp will be post Milosh.
Wait a minute, hold on.
You want me to just put
Like,
planar binding in the chat?
Strictly, the combo magic circle plus planar binding is like
It's
the intended use, pretty much.
yeah. It goes. It's in
I
the
just didn't realize the second part.
yeah. Here, let me. Here's planar binding in the chat. Let me submit. There we go.
Oh, he absolutely. Okay, that would have colored this interaction. I only knew about the first half of that spell, which apparently so did Ernalis.
It
Yeah.
strives
You have to make a charisma saving throw.
its own objectives.
Milosh succeeded. Alright, that makes sense.
Okay.
Alright, whatever.
He succeeded.
Yeah, so.
Oh, so he's not in service.
He's not in service, but he is bound. Anyway.
Okay,
Oh, wait,
so
no, he would have been.
no reply. No reply.
Not immediately. Yep, not
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, I think Zecca just like runs out of the room.
So obviously, one of us should go talk to him. Maybe more than one of us should go talk to him.
Probably.
What's the play here? Because this is an important moment to handle correctly.
Well,
I think Ode has the greatest amount of emotional intelligence of all of us, so she definitely should go.
Well, why don't we all go talk to
I
him? Except Ernalis,
Definitely
obviously.
shouldn't.
Okay, Ode grabs Morak's arm and Byron's arm and walks towards the room that Zecca ran out of and kind of nods her head at Artok to come along to.
Oh, fuck.
Morak spills all of his peanuts that he was eating.
Zecca has run
No
out
longer
on
eating
Brought my
the
plate of
where
grilled meat.
Joro is currently token up on a hookah. Zecca, have you partaken? Because Joro absolutely would have offered, because he's a good dude like that.
In this situation, yes.
All right, it is potent. Let's say that, and I'll
Oh,
let you run with it as you so fit.
Oh, it's like all whatever.
No,
Yeah, it's fine.
you
Yeah,
guys.
my
Joro
dad
out
doesn't
taking
like
a
me.
hookah
My dad.
to Zecca.
What do you say?
You see, everyone who rushes out sees Joro hand.
Don't rush.
Oh,
We walk.
then in that case, you see Zecca in the midst of smoking a hookah with Joro. Joro appears to not have any idea what just happened. He's been facing out. He's been facing the other way on the porch.
Wow, Joro, this shit's like really good. What is this?
Oh, it's a custom blend.
Oh,
And
well,
that's as far into detail as I'll go with it.
does your dad hate you, Joro?
Probably, but I think it's because he's jealous of me.
Really? Because
I mean,
you're
look
more
at me.
powerful than him?
Yeah.
Damn, I think that's why my dad hates me too.
Oh, that's fine, man. You're better than him. You want to know why?
Why's that?
Puts his hand on your shoulder. Because you're Zecca. And that means you're the best.
Yeah, I am Zecca.
And don't worry. I'll find your dad, and I'll kick his ass for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
100%.
that's
What have I got
really
going
cool.
on?
Yeah, I was like super worried about it and like angry and upset, but like now I just like feel great.
No, I mean he's just a farmer. I mean, what's he gonna do? Throw a hoe at me? I'll kick his ass. I
Wait.
can throw fireballs. At
Oh
him.
fuck, Joro. Oh man, you missed all that, didn't you? Yeah, my dad's like a goat.
Just imagine the four of us are standing at the entryway to the balcony, just like
We're all like,
waiting for a jumping in point.
we're all simultaneously saying we should jump in, but also saying let's see how this plays out a little bit.
Yup.
Yeah, apparently my dad's like a magic goat who erased my mom's memory. And so he had me with my mom. And like I think they used some birds and some bees to do it. Maybe it's like a fae thing. And then she either could stay with him in the Fae realm or come back here and live with my asshole dad. And when she decided to do that because she didn't want to raise me in the city, he got really mad and he transformed her memory to think that she always had me
She was
with
a
my
small town girl.
with my asshole dad. And then my asshole dad thought I was his real son, I guess. And so it turns out this whole time I'm a fae thing. And I just sent a message to my dad and he didn't answer because he's an asshole.
You see
And now
Joro?
I'm just angry at everyone because I feel like I don't know.
You see Joro nod for a minute, take a hit of his hookah. You want some Cheez-Its, bud?
Oh fuck yeah, that sounds great.
He walks inside past all of you and it's just like
Get out of the way.
He's like he's really bringing down my buzz right now.
This vibe is not hitting.
At the island bar, just start eating some Cheez-Its, not bringing them out to Zecca yet while he's waiting for you guys.
Should I take a hit of my pen so I could be in character right now?
Up to you.
What did you say, Mary?
I was gonna have Ode kind of walk over, so that she's in Zecca's line of sight and say, So, you recapping that, Zecca, you've had a lot happen today. You've had basically your whole worldview change, but then kind of like maybe not too much change at all, you know? I imagine that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, but it's like all chill. I don't know. It's like fine. It like I was upset about it before, but then Joro gave me this like thing, and now it's like great.
I think that's a little bit more of a band-aid solution there, lad.
What's a band-aid?
He mispronounced bandage.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Well,
Listen,
maybe you're right.
you know, Zecca, I grew up with, I guess you could say, some issues with my father myself. He always had very high expectations of me. And he wanted me to take over things, and it kind of put a little bit of a rift in our relationship, you could say. And whenever I started doing this, whenever I made my pact, I fully walked away from my family. So I can flatly tell you, no matter how angry you may be with this Cal or Keenan, I don't remember which one it was. Either way, don't throw that away. Give him time. Because most likely, he's probably just surprised. He's flabbergasted. And I'm sure he'll come back and he'll talk to you later.
Thank you so
And when that happens, we will be here to support you through everything. And if you ever need to talk to anyone about, fathers or, as you greatly enjoy, violence, you can always talk to me. You can always talk to Artak, Ode, Morak, Sonny, any of us. We will all always be here for you.
Why didn't you say Kezia?
Oh yeah, Kezia too. Sorry,
Just seemed weird.
I forgot.
Everyone, and then
she's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She did.
Probably sitting in a pickle jaw.
Yeah, the pickle
Most likely.
reserves below the castle.
I'll note too, Zecca. I know it's not a solution to problems with your dad or anything like that, but it's kind of funky with the herd and all. We don't really moms and dads don't really raise a kid. The herd does. They just birth them, and then the herd kind of collectively takes care of them. But from my perspective, the whole not knowing your dad, not having a good dad, not really having a dad in your life at all thing is kind of the norm. And I can say from my perspective at least, and I understand it's different than yours, and yours is valid in and of itself, but at least from my point of view, you don't need a dad to raise you. You need a herd, and you got one of those.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's weird because I feel like before now I kind of had accepted that. I was like, oh, fuck my dad. He sucks. And now, no, I think I'd always accepted that, and just the chance that I don't have a shitty dad, that maybe I have an okay dad, kind of excited me for a second there, and seems like he's just the same. But maybe you're right. Nothing really has changed, I guess. And I guess I really am just meant to be a fucking half goat. That a really powerful half goat, but I'm a half goat. And maybe that's okay. Things could definitely be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse.
I have a bunch of buds. Do cool shit.
Yeah.
But I think I just need a little bit of time to I think it'll take some
some trial and error to figure out how I feel about my dad.
Yep. And hey, if in the meantime you want legs back, I mean, what's natural for you doesn't mean what you're born with. It means what feels best. So
Yeah.
we
Well,
can keep going down that path if you want it, and I can keep helping push it too.
I like that. And not right now, but eventually I want to go back home and I want to try and give my mother her memories back. I don't think it's right that my dad would take that away from her.
I agree. I think we can handle that. Especially, that might be a thing to talk to Ernest about. I think that he owes you one, and he might be able to do that.
Oh,
And it's however you continue to feel as we go down the road with this are going to be, I imagine it might change day to day, but having someone who might be able to relate a little bit more with someone who was also kind of abandoned by your Fey dad, like, I feel like it would feel even more isolating if you tried to talk to your mom about it and she didn't remember. It seems like you've always really liked your mom. You shared a really nice memory of being at the beach with her, and then you can kind of rekindle this relationship with your mom that you had to give up to get away from your asshole adopted dad.
yeah, I like that. I'll do that. But I mean, this is all amazing and all, and I really do appreciate you guys being here for this. But I can't help but feel like it's overshadowed by like the imminent destruction of everything we know and love.
I mean, Morak's getting married and he has to deal with that too.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Imminent destruction, am I right? I'm trying to fist bump Byron.
Sure. I mean, I plan on getting married eventually, but all right.
I know. I just feel
twist in the campaign.
I don't plan on getting married. You can fist bump me.
Oh my god.
I mean, one day I'll find a woman I don't scare away.
yeah.
Or a man.
I've tried that. It just didn't really work for me.
We're gonna cut away for now.
Yeah. Well, in conclusion, I have 2 asshole dads now, and a kind of okay mom, but at least I got you guys. So for a sum total of 9 assholes in my life.
Hey, it takes a herd.
Yeah, I mean, we really are a herd of assholes.
Am I the asshole?
No,
I think we're all the assholes.
I'm saying we're all assholes, me included. It was just like a funny thing. You know what? Maybe not the right time. I love you guys very much. Come here. I want to
We
touch all
love
my
you
assholes.
too, Zecca.
Yes. We love you too,
Love you too.
just the way you are.
We would love you more with feet. And then she hugs him.
Everyone loves toes. Anyway, so let's figure out, are we going to meet your dad? Do we have to go through a portal?
And as this tender moment closes, you all have a massive group hug for Zecca on this bombshell reveal. And as you guys are wrapping up, you hear the door slide open, and Joro say, "Anyone want some Cheez-Its?" And we're gonna take a second.